Good? Go ahead, sir.
And for Terrence, are you ready to feel the Mexican power, Terrence?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Keep Canelo's name out of your fucking mouth, Terrence Crawford. There's levels to this, and he's levels above you.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
Can't go with what you are. Have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
Well, guys, it's been damn near a month, and I can finally say things are back to normal because the Mexican fans are back. That's right. They're back on their keyboards. They're back on the internet. Because remember, after Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, they had completely vanished. I mean, disappeared. I had people in my comment section saying, man, where all the Mexican fans go? They are completely silent. There was no congratulations from them. There was none of those typical racist talking points they use to discredit black fighters and make excuses for why the black fighter won. He's a runner, he's overrated, he's boring, he ain't fighting nobody. None of those type of comments. They just completely vanished from the internet. It was like one of those protests that the Mexicans do, where they all decide not to go to work, not to go to school, not purchase any goods. They literally call it a day without a Mexican or a day without immigrants. So that went on for damn near a whole month. But they back now, and all it took was for another BA to win a fight, and that was Jaron Ennis boots. And it's funny, guys, because if you notice, usually the more impressive the BA's win is, the more hatred comes from Mexican fans and other race fans. And what they hate even more is to see that BA get credit and get praise for the win. And if you guys want to hear it for yourself from the Mexicans, if there's a Mexican at your job, or there's just some Mexican you know personally and he follows boxing, just test it out for yourself. Walk up to him and say, damn man, did you see that Jaron Ennis performance? Man, that was a vicious knockout. And just sit back and watch how they react. They're going to react the exact same way these Mexican fans and other race fans are reacting in these comments that I'm going to share with you guys. These are the comments from my post-fight video. Now, like I said, none of these names popped up when Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez in my comment section, but boy, oh boy, they flooded the comment section when it came to this performance by Boots. Something else you guys really need to pay attention to. A lot of Mexican fans, they're now using fake names on the internet. They're trying to act like they're black. They're telling you that they're black to try to justify their racism because they know that the secret is out now. They know that if they admit that they're Mexican, they already know they're going to come off as being racist. So now they're trying to act like they're Terrence Crawford fans, right? When they're dissing Boots, they're acting like they're a Crawford fan. When they're dissing Crawford, they're acting like they're a Boots fan. The same thing when it came to the beef between Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Those were a lot of race fans that were trying to act like they were a Gervonta fan just to diss Devin Haney. But yet, when everybody was dissing Gervonta Tank Davis, these fans, they were nowhere to be found to defend Gervonta. They basically want to hide behind black people to justify their disdain for black boxers. This is exactly what Ellie does. He uses Gervonta as his black card to start dissing all these other black fighters, right? Dissing Devin Haney, dissing Terrence Crawford. It's no different than some racist guy saying, if you guys can use the N-word, how come we can't to offend you guys? Okay, so with that being said, these are the type of things that they're now saying about Jaron Ennis after he got that first round knockout. They're saying, Jaron, he looked like trash. It's easy to look good when you fight tomato cans with a whole bunch of laughing emojis. And like I said, man, Mexicans, they love to use laughing emojis whenever they say anything. And I'm not trying to say you're not supposed to ever use laughing emojis. You are supposed to use it when it's actually appropriate, right? But I notice Mexican fans and other Latinos, they use laughing emojis whenever they're saying anything about a black boxer. So anyway, this is what the majority of race fans in the comment section were saying. They were basically saying, oh, he was fighting against a bum. He was fighting against a tomato can. Of course it looked easy. Of course he got a knockout in a first round knockout. So as you guys could see, I replied to this guy and I said, so if that's the case, how come Teofimo Lopez did knock out Steve Claggett? Steve Claggett, he had 7 losses on his record. Now, of course, he didn't reply. Not only did Lima have a much better record than Steve Claggett, but Lima is a much better fighter than Steve Claggett. So when you say it's easier to look good when you're fighting against lesser opposition, how come Teo didn't look good? How come it wasn't easy for him to look good? How come Raymond Marataya, how come he didn't look this good in his last fight? He went 12 rounds with a guy that he should have completely dominated. Even Sergey Boachak, how come Virgil Ortiz did not completely dominate him? How come he struggled against him? Do you guys know what Jaron Ennis would have did to Boachak? By the way, guys, Sergey was one of many that turned down the Jaron Ennis fight. That's right. When Jaron was making his debut at 154, they offered Sergey Boachak the fight, and he turned it down, which is probably the smartest thing he's ever done in his entire boxing career, because he would have got knocked out. He would have completely got knocked out. I'm telling you guys right now, if you know anything about boxing, then you should know by now, any fighter that comes forward, that's flat-footed, and doesn't have the best defense, there's no way they're going the distance with boots. Absolutely no way. You're tailor-made. The only way you have a chance of going the distance with boots is if you're extremely elusive, constantly moving and holding like Karen Chukachan was, or you're just another BA that has the type of intelligence and athleticism that a Jaron has. So when a race fan says it's easy to look good against this level of opposition, you're not even smart enough to realize all you're doing is pointing out the fact that BAs are on a complete different level compared to everyone else. Because like I said, Teofimo, he ain't making it look easy. Raymond Marataya, Virgil Ortiz, they're not making it look easy. But BAs are always making it look easy. And here's something else. If you guys notice, after Jaron Ennis knocked out Lima, everybody, and when I say everybody, I'm talking about the promoters, the commentators, the boxing analysts, everyone was talking about the fight that everyone claimed they want to see, which is Jaron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. Everybody was talking about this fight. In fact, we found out that Jaron Ennis, he's already signed the contract to fight Virgil Ortiz. They're just waiting for Virgil Ortiz to sign the contract. This is the same situation when it came to Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Gervonta, he had signed his part of the contract long time ago, and they were just waiting for Ryan Garcia and Golden Boy to sign their part of the contract. So here's my point. While real boxing fans are excited thinking about the fact that Jaron is going to fight against Virgil Ortiz next, the race fans in the comment section, they're not even showing any excitement about a possible fight between Boots and Virgil Ortiz. In fact, they're still trying to discredit Jaron Ennis' record. But of course, they won't say nothing about Virgil Ortiz's record. We know what time it is. There were so many people in my comment section that was either trying to say, once again, oh, he was fighting against a bum. Of course, he made it look easy. They were either saying that, or they were saying, oh man, Jaron Ennis' resume is horrible. He ain't fought nobody. But none of them were talking about the potential next fight. You know why they're not talking about it? You know why they're not excited to even mention it? because deep down, they don't want to see it. They don't want to see Jaron fight the biggest names because they're afraid he might win those fights. And then they can no longer sit over here and constantly make up these fake ass talking points talking about how he has this weak ass resume. Even leading up to the Crawford-Canelo Alvarez fight, you notice they were doing the same thing to Crawford, talking about his resume is so weak, etc., etc. That was their way to make excuses because they already felt some of them were worried that Crawford may win the fight. So they were already trying to discount and berate Terrence Crawford before he even gets the win. So no, they don't want to see these fights. And I can guarantee you when the Boots Ortiz fight is announced, if Ortiz even takes the fight, they are not going to be in the comment section happy about the announcement. Just like they were not happy when it was announced that Floyd Mayweather was fighting Manny Pacquiao. They weren't happy when it was announced that Floyd Mayweather was fighting Canelo Alvarez. But before the fight was announced, they were all accusing Floyd Mayweather of ducking Manny Pacquiao, ducking Canelo Alvarez. Hell, you even have fans accusing Floyd Mayweather of ducking Robert the Ghost Guerrero. Matter of fact, even Juan Manuel Marquez accused Mayweather of ducking Robert Ghost Guerrero. These race fans, they never wanted to see the best fights if it was involving a BA. Yeah, I remember when Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo was calling out Canelo at 154 and 160. What were those race fans saying? They were saying, oh, they don't deserve to fight Canelo. What have they done? Who have they beat to fight Canelo Alvarez? Oh yeah, but Abney Yildirim, he deserved to fight Canelo, right? Y'all ain't fooling nobody. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
You can just look at somebody and tell them, like, yo, you're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy. You can look at me and tell I'm that guy. I was born like this. I was blessed with this.
I'm always hungry. Just because I'm world champion, don't stop. The main goal and objective, and that's to keep going. I'm gonna forever keep going, forever keep winning.
Just naturally, man. I know how to do this. I born for this. I born for be different. And then you only this area. You know, a lot of these fighters just do rapping. I just came off a loss, and I'm down to fight the best. I'm going up to 135 to fight somebody that they think I can't beat, and I'm going to dominate him, and then I come back down to 30 and beat his ass too.
My hunger is always going to be there. I never get satisfied. I'm not satisfied. My job still isn't done. That's why. My job ain't done yet.
Anyone who's ever had it understands shoulder pain is no joke. It can keep you up at night. Once it's in pain, it stays in pain all the time. You find yourself popping all kinds of painkillers. Then you find yourself trying to figure out what the problem is. You go see doctors, you go see surgeons, you go see physical therapists, massage therapists. The shoulder in particular has 4 different joints. Any one of those 4 joints can be problematic because you have these different ligaments that wrap around and hold those joints together. And then you have tendons from any one of 20 different muscles that attach to the shoulder blade that can go awry. Muscle and Bone NYC has been around serving many people, getting them out of shoulder pain and all kinds of joint pain since 2012. Contact us at mbnyc.fitness or call us at 917-238-3650. Let's get you out of that pain.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.